Okay, everybody, this is a worksheet help video. So I know you got your notes on your PowerPoint. Now we're going to talk about how to do this worksheet. So here, this worksheet states right here, it says, the sketch shows a ball rolling at a constant velocity along a level floor. The ball rolls from the first position shown to the second in 1 second. The two positions are 1 meter apart. Sketch the ball at the successive 1 second intervals all the way to the wall. Okay, so basically it's asking you, how is this distance going to change? Or is the distance going to change here? From 1 second to the next. So it says every 1 second they want you to sketch the ball. Yeah, so you're right about that, Sonny and Alec. Thanks for explaining that. But yeah, it's going to be, since it's a constant velocity, it's going to be the same distance traveled each time. So when you make your sketch, you're going to want to kind of measure this out on your paper and see and match that distance. Okay, so it says, did you draw successive ball positions evenly spaced out, further apart, or closer together? I think we already talked about that. And then the ball reaches the wall with a speed of and takes a time of. So if it's constant velocity, you should be able to figure out what that speed is, right? But you have to figure it out. So you have to keep in mind your speed formula is distance per time. So your speed for this would be 5 meters. And how many seconds does it take to go 5 meters? 5 seconds, right? So what's your speed for this one? 1 meter per second. Now, I know I'm kind of going through this stuff here for you, which first week it's kind of easier, I'm almost doing this for you. But you have to show, with all your math, you have to show the formula, substitutions, and then find the answer. So you have to show all 3 of those in order to get the credit for that. Okay, and then the other part of this worksheet that you have to do is finish this table out. So it says fill in the blanks. Okay, so I'll show you. When you do this, I'm not going to do this table for you. I'm going to give you some examples. But here's your formula. Speed equals distance per time. So let's just say that we have a boat that is moving 10 meters per second. Okay? Is that speed, distance, or time, do you think? 10 meters per second. Is that speed, distance, or time? Speed, right? So you got your checklist. So I got my speed. This is what you have to do for your math too, is you got to make a checklist. So we know that it's 10. Our distance, we don't know because I didn't give it to you. But let's say that this thing is traveling for 20 seconds. Okay? So our time then is 20 seconds. So the question is, what's your distance that gets covered here? Okay, so if you look at this formula, this is what we're looking for, this d, right? So in order to solve for d, you have to get it alone. So you have to do the opposite mathematical function to clear it out. So this is divided by, right, because the t is underneath. So you got to multiply both sides by t in order to get distance by itself. So there's our new formula for distance. So distance then is 20 times 10. Our distance becomes 200 meters for that. Okay? Okay, so let's say that we have that same boat. And we said it was going, well, we're just going to say now it's going 20 meters per second, which is pretty fast for a sailboat, especially with the sailboat that small. And we'll say that we're wondering how long it's going to take to travel 100 meters. Okay, so here's your checklist. Your speed is 20. The distance that you're looking, or that you're traveling, is 100 meters. The time is what you're wondering about, right? So you start with your formula: speed equals distance per time. Now we got to get this out of the denominator first. So you multiply by t, just like we did before. Cancel that out. Now you got your time times your speed equals your distance. Now to get time by itself, what do you got to do? Divide both sides by s, right? So now your time is equal to distance over your speed. Okay, so now we have our base formula. So now we can put in our numbers. So time is equal to 100 divided by 20. That equals 5 seconds. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, and for our last problem, we got that same boat. And we know that it travels a distance of 300 meters. And we know that the time it takes to do this is 10 seconds. So now the question is the speed. So here's my checklist. So if you want help with your math and you don't have a checklist, then I'm going to say, well, you better put your checklist on. Otherwise, I won't be able to help you. So you always put down everything you know so you can work to find what you don't know. Okay, so speed is distance per time. We don't have to do any algebra with this formula. 300 divided by 10. Your speed is 30 meters per second. Okay, so just to kind of show you the three formulas that we used. Well, there's that triangle thing. Have you ever done that triangle? Oops. Have you ever made a magic triangle before for your math? So this magic triangle has a speed there. It's got distance here and time here. So this is how you work it. If you're looking for speed, you cover that up and you look at the other variables, and that's your formula. So that's one formula. Speed is distance per time. If you're looking for distance, you would cover that up and you put distance is equal to speed times time. There's another formula for you out of this magic triangle. And if you're looking for time, you would cover that up with your finger and it'd be equal to distance over speed. So that's a pretty easy way to do the algebra. I would encourage you to try to do it the other way, but this is kind of a fail-safe. So you get your three formulas out of this magic triangle. Okay, I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.